Man, you look good enough like some forbidden fruit. I want to take a bite out of you, girl.
Forbidden fruit.
Yeah. You
You're
look
so friendly.
scrumptious.
You're so friendly. Oh, my baby. Maybe they're watching
Oh,
us.
oh, I'm sorry. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Eat and Restore. We're so glad you're here. Listen, subscribe, and get ready to go into this next episode with us, right?
Yes. Subscribe, like, and share.
All right, well, let's go into it. All right, what's up, everybody? Listen, you're back for part two. Don't go nowhere. I know you're thinking, wait a minute, is this the same thing I saw last week? It's not. This is part two.
Part two.
Because we want you to know what to do when you get stuck in one of the phases. There are 6 phases. Everybody write that down. 6 phases to making sure you make it through your marriage. You got to be able to navigate each phase, right? So we want to welcome you back to part 2 of Eat and Restore, a brand new season, season 4 of Eat and Restore. And tonight we're jumping back into part 2. Now, last week, babe, we talked about the first 3 phases. It was what's the first phase?
The first phase was the dream phase.
And what's the dream phase?
The dream phase is that honeymoon phase, where everything is good. You go in with those rose tinted glasses, and so you're thinking everything is going to last like this forever.
And then there's a recovery phase when the real you shows up. After people stop being real and start being polite. Stop being polite, start being real. And after that disappointment, how are you gonna handle that, right? And so we got you through the recovery phase. Then the third phase
is the it's the disappointment phase, and that's when you acknowledge that something is just not right. Whether there's some conflict that hasn't been resolved, or you need to get additional help like mentorship. This is the phase when you're like, okay, it's the hardest phase, but it is also when you push through this particular phase, you got some more stamina in you for the marriage.
So y'all ready for the next 3 phases? Say yeah.
Yeah.
So the rebuilding phase, wow. This is, when I think about rebuilding, something is broken. Somebody has knocked down the blocks.
Yeah.
And you're in a place in the marriage where you're like, do I even have the energy to work on this thing? I've been hurt. I've been disappointed. Doesn't seem like anything's going to change. Either we're going to rebuild it or we're going to walk away from it.
Right.
And I know so many couples, babe, that have been here, and I could see with my eye, my spiritual eye, they can rebuild that. But they didn't take the energy or take the initiative to work on it.
Yeah.
Challenges here are trust and breaking old patterns. Everybody write in the chat, trust and breaking old patterns. Trust is the foundation of any relationship. And when that trust is gone, it really makes it hard to have a relationship.
It really does, especially when there is a pattern that evolves and the pattern is broken.
Yeah. And when your spouse has to keep telling you, reminding you of the way you're hurting them or the way you're letting them down, and you say, I'm sorry, but you keep doing the same thing, it makes your word mean nothing. And it gets to the point where the person is like, I'm about ready to get out of this because they won't stop. They won't stop hurting me. They won't stop disappointing me. But you've got to make up your mind that I'm going to rebuild trust and break old patterns. So here's some practical ways to rebuild. Y'all ready?
Okay.
Number 1, apologize with humility and forgive with patience. Woo! Apologize with humility and forgive with patience. I think the apology must be sincere.
Definitely.
You don't apologize because you got caught. You don't apologize because you have to. You apologize because you see the hurt and the devastation that is reflected in the face of your spouse. You have to be genuinely compassionate and have empathy to say, I hurt the person I love the most.
And I think in that you have to almost feel the person's hurt that you hurt.
That's empathy.
So that you can be able to change that habit. Yeah.
And I think the danger is that we're living in a time where empathy is a rare commodity. When you look at how we're navigating through the world right now, breaking up families, deporting over 200,000 immigrants, firing 300,000 black women, this is the kind of things that are going on in our country. And unfortunately, I think it spills over into our interpersonal relationships where we have lost the art of empathy to walk in another person's shoes.
Yeah.
But that's what makes a great relationship, is to put yourself in a place, how does that make my spouse feel when I say that or when I do that? And to recognize patterns that are detrimental or negative, that do not build, they tear down.
Right.
But when you recognize those old patterns, you recognize the trust is gone, you got to rebuild that trust. And it says what? To offer forgiveness through patience. Why patience? Because you cannot just say stuff like, why don't they get over it already? Right?
Yeah.
Forgiveness takes time. It takes time for people to heal. When you've hurt your spouse, when you've done something to betray the marriage, you've got to give them time to process what you did. It's not no just get over it. It didn't happen overnight.
And when you said forgiveness takes time, I just had a visual of a cut, of a wound, and knowing that when you hurt yourself in a cut, it has to heal itself from the inside out.
Man, even paper cuts.
Yeah, oh my gosh, paper cuts are the worst. But you know that wound has to heal from the inside out. And if you put a Band-Aid on it and you rip the Band-Aid off before it's completely healed, then you re-injure the spot.
What are some deep wounds that are hard to heal from in marriage?
Some deep trust are some deep wounds that are hard to heal but can be healed.
Broken trust?
Broken trust.
How's the trust broken?
When someone goes against what your covenant is, what you guys have agreed upon, or if there's been any infidelity, or if there's been any gambling, or if there is, a habit that has become an addiction.
Something deceptive.
Yes, yeah.
Something that goes against your agreement.
Yeah.
Something you're hiding.
That's why I said against your covenant.
Those deep wounds cannot be Band-Aid. Some wounds are so deep they have to be left open and they close gradually. And that's where the patience comes in. Patience comes in. You cannot rush your spouse through forgiveness. You got to be patient. You got to start new habits. Write that down. Put that in the chat. You got to start new habits, right? You got to start new habits, maybe a weekly date, a devotional, or cooking together. What are some new habits you're going to do? There's an African proverb that says that when you take a knife out of a child's hand, put a piece of wood there instead.
Right.
What are you going to replace with what you took away negative?
That's good. That's really good.
You got to put something positive.
Something positive and new. And I love that proverb because you're still working in intentionality, but the intentionality is a positive intentionality. And like you said, establishing date night, or cooking together, or journaling together. You're both doing a devotional, you both journal, then you compare your notes. I think that will be sweet.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I just did vow renewal for Dr. Derek Payne and Darkest Payne. 20 years of marriage. Congratulations, y'all.
Congratulations.
20 years of marriage.
Yes.
And they asked me to do their vow renewal, and I rewrote their vows from the traditional vows and incorporated some things we've been talking about and teaching about. And as Derek was reciting the vows to his wife, tears came in his eyes, and he said, "Pastor, I need them vows, man." He said, "I almost kissed you on your forehead, but I didn't want anybody to think nothing." He said, "Those vows moved my heart because it helped Derek to realize that after 20 years of marriage, his love for his wife has evolved. He started reflecting on how he almost lost his wife when she had a recent surgery, right? And the thought of she's standing here after 20 years. She could have been dead, but she's standing here. He had tears in his eyes, and it was such a sweet moment. But maybe for you all, it's time to revisit your vows. It's time to rewrite your vows. It's time to renew your vows, because life happens, and we stray away with even our best intentions. We let the spouse down. We let God down. We let ourselves down. But you can restore those vows. So rebuilding says this: we're not stuck. We're not stuck in the past. We're creating something new. Can somebody type that out? We're not stuck in the past. We are creating something new. Okay. What's phase 5 look like?
The 5th phase is that deep love phase. This is the stage where you've been through enough storms, and you're like, I know what really matters. I know my person. And love isn't shallow anymore. It's rooted. You've reestablished some boundaries. you're loving each other deeply now.
You know what?
What's that?
Do you feel like we're in that phase right now?
I think I do. I think right now, but I also think that we're in the next phase. But I think over time that sometimes the phases come back around where you may have to revisit a phase or two back. I'm like, wait a minute, let me go back on here. Let me go back to, this discovery phase.
Let me tell you why I think we're
Okay,
here.
tell me.
We're storm tested.
Yes, definitely.
Have we been through some storms?
We've been through the storms.
Been through the fire.
Been through the rain.
Been through the flood. We've been kept by his love.
Absolutely.
Babe, we've been through some stuff. And sometimes I lay in the bed and I just look at you while you're sleeping peaceful, not hollering at me like you did when we first got married. And I'm like, man, we have grown so much. We've been around the world. We've been to Kenya. We've been to Jamaica. We've been to England. We've been to Europe. We've been to South Africa. We've been to hell and back.
But not just, the different countries.
I'm saying.
Just, our having children, moving different states.
How many surgeries have you had?
Kidney and appendix.
Yeah. How many babies have you delivered?
3.
That's a surgery, right? They say giving birth is almost the closest thing to dying. I've seen my wife in vulnerable positions. I've seen her come out of a 7-hour kidney surgery, and we've had those valley moments. We've had our son who went through back surgery and brain surgery. We've been through a lot, but it's all of those moments that we've been through that have strengthened us and made Rhonda and I almost indestructible with the grace of God.
With the grace of God.
And so, yeah, I feel like we're in that season. We're in the deep love phase. And we took the collective learnings and all of the things we've been through, and we created this ministry, Eden Restored, because of our journey. We were young once. We were younger.
Well, man, we
were younger.
We're still young.
And we went through all those phases, and every step along the way, we've learned something, and we said one day, I want to share this collective wisdom. Watch this. Sometimes the pain, oh my God, thank you, Lord. Sometimes the pain you're going through in your marriage, it ain't for you. It's for other people coming behind you. God does not waste pain.
No.
And so all of the pain that Rhonda and I went through, it's what we're pouring out in this podcast. We're not up here faking it like we've been Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and angels. No. We've had a lot of discovery about ourselves, about our marriage, about life. And what you're getting right here in this podcast is real, uncut truth about people who survive storms. That's all it is. We're not some little cute couple sitting on here just saying a bunch of theoretical stuff that we have not lived through. We've been through the storms and back. So here are some ways to keep it alive. What is it, sweetheart?
One of the ways that you can keep it alive is that, from time to time, surprise each other with gifts.
Why is that important?
It's important because you want to, keep that intentionality. Now, I would say that make sure you revisit what your 5 love languages are to make sure whatever your spouse's number 1 love language is, do that for your spouse. Whether that's gifts or whether it's affirmation, touch, what have you. Make sure that you do that.
I know you like for me to wash your car. You like acts of service.
I do.
And every now and then I try to spontaneously take your car and get it washed. And I know you want me to do more of that. Folding up clothes, emptying the dishwasher. It doesn't have to be major big ticket items. It could just be leaving a note. We were talking to a couple the other night whose husband is a contractor, and before he goes out to do work, he makes a cup of coffee for his wife and leaves a little handwritten note. And she said it has been everything for her. She has just been elated to get the coffee and the notes, and it stays with her all day long. So surprise each other with little acts of kindness. A second way is to dream new dreams together. Imagine, okay, where are we going to go this year? What trips are we going to take? Maybe it's ministry. Rhonda and I went to Panama. We went to Costa Rica. For the last 3 years, we've been studying with Amina Peterson and she's done a wonderful job helping us to get board certified as sexologists. And there was something we decided 3 years ago. We're like, if we're going to help married couples, we want to dig deep and make sure we're equipped to help you. And we've studied to show ourselves approved, but we did that together. And hopefully one day we get to be grandparents and spoil our grandkids. But in the meantime, we're enjoying traveling with each other. We just got back from Jamaica for sabbatical. It was everything. So you got to dream new dreams together. What's the third one?
And the third one is to keep intimacy alive. You know, as I don't know why it's come to mind when I hear you say vows, and sometimes with older vows, you's like, don't let Victoria's be a secret. Put your smell goods on, your lotions, your perfumes, your colognes. Wash all your crevices, you know. I mean, enjoy each other, you know, but also be emotionally available for each other.
You know what I hear you saying? Familiarity breeds contempt. We've been together for so long that sometimes we take each other for granted. We stop cutting our hair. We stop getting the lingerie out. We walk around with a bonnet on. Men, we walk around smelling like outside. We're not grooming ourselves. You know, when we were dating, when we were in the dream phase, we made sure we had that fresh beard trim. Our breath was smelling fresh. We were looking good. The car was clean. You got to go back and do those things.
Absolutely.
Keep those things alive. You got to be intentional, emotionally. Men, we got to be emotionally intentional about sharing what it is we're feeling, what we're thinking. We've been raised, a lot of us, by the strong silent type. Men don't say much. That's been our definition of masculinity. But real masculinity is when men are vulnerable enough to say, this is what I'm feeling. This is where I'm at emotionally, and I'm letting you in, right? When you got a good woman that really loves you, she deserves to be included in what's going on in your mind and in your heart. That's what real love is all about.
And that's both ways. That's just not for men.
Yeah.
It's also for women. That's not, say, when our husbands ask us if anything is wrong and our response is nothing, when of course it is something, make sure that you're able to, you know, communicate that effectively to your spouse, what's going on.
I want to ask you a question real quick. What do you think Keith Sweat meant when he said, how deep is your love?
The first thing I think about Keith Sweat's song is he's talking about sex.
The physicality.
The physicality of it.
How deep can
so
you go?
That was, yes, that's the very first thing. But in my mature mind, thinking that your love is more than just physical.
Come on.
It's also that emotional side of it. So how deep are you going to go for your love for me? You know, are you going to deny your friends, your family? Or, you know, are we going to walk this walk together? So it's twofold. It's that intimacy, the physical part, and the non-physical.
Sex alone can't keep you married. If you're not deep in terms of the dreams you share, if you're not deep in terms of the faith you share, if y'all can't pray your way through a storm, you ain't gonna want to sex your way through it either. Now, sex is a bonding moment. It is a sacred, it's a spiritual act. It's not just physical, it's spiritual. And so when you do come together sexually, it is a spiritual moment, but your love must be deeper than just the physical act. There is a emotional attachment that occurs when two people decide to come together. And that's why we are proponents of regular intimate moments, regular moments of sex, at least 3 times a week, because it's during that bonding process that you also make an emotional, spiritual, and physical connection. Thusly, your love is deep. Deep love is not flashy, it's steady, and steady love is powerful.
It's that steady love.
Steady love. You know, is that a song?
I don't know, it just came to mind. You know, I don't know.
Rock.
No, not that one.
Oh,
it's a slow song.
Oh, that was Aretha Franklin. So what's the 6th phase, baby girl?
The 6th phase is this legacy phase. You know, that's the phase when you're now, you know, your children are grown. Now you're no longer talking the talk, you're walking the walk, and you're like a mentor to other couples.
Yeah, man, you've got to leave a legacy, and I think that's why we are doing Eat and Restore, because I want my legacy to be not only did we stay married forever and raise kids and raise grandkids and leave an inheritance for our children's children, but we left a legacy for married people. Period. Married folk were able to tune in on Eat and Restore. Married people came to our retreats, and their marriages were strengthened. Married people went through Eden Circle and took their lovemaking to the next level. Married couples went through our 6-month intensive, and saved a marriage where they were going to go to divorce court. That's what I want our legacy to be. That Rhonda and Stacy Spencer helped couples stay married. And so can you. You, like, when y'all become older couples, like the Paynes who've been married 20 years, or the Spencers who've been married 30, it's now your turn. 32 years. Give me my 2 years. Yeah, we need all of it.
Yes.
When you've been married as long as we have, the next phase is for you to give back, to pay it forward, to be mentors to a younger couple, to start a marriage connect group at New Direction or wherever you are, whatever city you're in, to have a small group gathering, have a book club, go on vacation with your friends, but make sure you're mentoring and pouring back to other couples.
Yes, absolutely.
Anything else you want to say about that?
No, and then don't forget that in all of this that you are still showing your affection to your spouse and your love to your spouse on a daily.
Yes. So I hope that tonight y'all got it, man. There are 6 phases to a marriage. And the problem, sweetheart, is that most people get stuck in one of those phases and they quit too early.
Yeah.
Look at the camera, guys. You're not supposed to quit. God hates divorce. And your marriage can make it if you do the work. And you got resources like us, other couples that can help you, walk with you, to have the deep love you've always wanted. There's 6 phases. Don't you quit on phase 2 when God's trying to move you to phase 3.
Yeah.
Don't you quit in phase 3 when God's trying to get you to phase 5. You can make it every step of the way. Watch this. Knowing is half the battle.
Knowing it is. It is.
Where are y'all? I need y'all to type in the chat, what phase is your relationship in? Is it 1, the dream phase? Is it 2?
The recovery.
The recovery phase? Is it 3, the disappointment phase? Is it 4, the rebuilding phase? Is it 5, the deep love phase? Is it 6, legacy? Where are you? Do you even know where your marriage is right now, your relationship is? Wherever it is, you got the tools now to get to the next level. Can somebody say, I'm going to the next level?
And something that we always say is the journey of 1,000,000 miles begins with 1 step.
Yes.
And so knowing that very first step is that marriage, the honeymoon stage, then moving through each phase and stage in your marriage and doing it successfully. Will it be hard? Absolutely. Will it be worth it? Absolutely.
1 Peter 4:8 says, above all, love each other deeply, for love covers a multitude of sin. Paul says these 3 remain in 1 Corinthians chapter 13. Faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is what, babe?
Love.
Love will keep us together. Listen, we want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We truly pray that God will restore your marriage, that your Eden, your garden, that you curate through intentionality will be the sweetest place. Everything you need for your marriage is in there. The intimacy is in there. Communication is in there. Spending time, it's in there. Worshiping together, it's in there. Having the greatest sex you've ever had in your life, it's in there. God created you to be naked and without shame. So that's where we want you to get back to a place where Eden is restored. Listen, tonight, if this blessed you, would you do us a favor?
Yes, like and subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment so that we know that we're growing. We're almost at 1,000 couples. Woo! Let's see if we can get 1,000 couples to subscribe before the end of this year. I believe we can do it, Eden. I believe we can do it. Let's do it together. Amen. We love you guys. We got some exciting things coming up in October. We'll be back with Sweet Talk. Is that right?
Yes.
And then we got some other things coming up. We're going to be doing our international marriage retreat next year. I think we're going to go back to Jamaica. We'll confirm that pretty soon. And then Rhonda and I will be sharing a new intensive that we have at the top of next year. And it's a 6-month intensive for those who are really finding it hard to get it out of the mud. You're stuck in one of these phases. And we want to walk with you for 6 months to be your personal coaches and to make sure you get up out of that phase that you're stuck in. And we'll come back at the top of the year and tell you all about what this 6-month intensive looks like. And in the meantime, in between time, like my wife said, like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next week. We got a whole new episode next week. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.
Babe, you want to go try out some of these new tips we just learned?
Like which one?
I don't know, but let's go make up some new
Oh,
tips.
wait. Y'all still here? Wait a minute. I thought we told y'all to go love on each other. Y'all supposed to go take the stuff we gave you and go love on each other. What else should they do?
And make sure that since you're listening, that you like and subscribe and share with your friends.
Yes, let's get this thing happening. Eden has been restored, and it's time to go have some fun in your garden. We'll see you soon.